Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to show you how to change out the strap on your Garmin Instinct 2X solar watch. It's really the same process if you've got the Instinct 1, Instinct 2, or the crossover. They all have the same strap. The big difference though is if you've got the 2X like this one, it is a 26 millimeter strap, whereas the other models is a 22 millimeter strap. What I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be putting on a replacement strap. Got this for $3.47 on AliExpress. I've bought straps from AliExpress for all of my Garmin Instinct watches, and they're all great. I've had no issues with them at all. Garmin wants to charge like $50 for a replacement strap. $3.50, these are pretty hard to beat. That's what we're going to be putting on today. A couple of things I recommend before we get started. I always like to go into my control wheel. You can do it different ways, and I like to lock my keys. The only reason with that is because when you're turning it over, if you happen to hit any buttons, you don't want to accidentally turn on your GPS or start an activity, anything like that. So locking the keys is a good idea. The other thing I like to do is I like to put down something soft just so I make sure I don't scratch up my watch. So let's go ahead and let's turn it over. Now, you will usually get a pin or a tool like this when you buy a replacement strap. Sometimes they don't come with it. You could use a toothpick. You can use a bobby pin or a clip, paper clip, something like that. You just need something that's narrow, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going into these little pinholes on the side, and we're going to be pushing the pins out. I wish they would go to a quick release strap on these watches like they have on their Approach models and some of the other models, but we're going to be doing it this way. It's not too bad. We're going to start by just going into this hole, giving it a good push, and then once we have it pushed, we're going to simply pull a little bit, and you'll notice that my pin is now out. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. You don't really have to. You could just give it a wiggle, but I kind of like doing it like that. Now I've got my strap off and I've got my pin. What I like to go ahead and do is go ahead and put on one side at a time. And the only reason with that is it kind of keeps you straight as far as making sure that the smaller end goes to the top of the watch. So all we're going to do now is I've got my pin in the replacement strap. I'm going to simply line it up. This hole. You want to make sure you've got this flap on the outside, or else you're going to have to redo everything. So I'm going to try and get you a better angle of what I'm doing here. Line it up. The other end you're going to basically have to push down with your fingernail, maybe if you've got a little knife or something. This is where I was mentioning having the key locks on is good, because I was pressing my GPS button. But there we go, we've got my replacement strap in. You want to give it a good pull, make sure it's nice and snug. Sometimes you can get the pins in, but if they're not in the holes, you won't have a good fit. You should be able to look into that hole on both sides and see that pin. Now we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Again, you can lay it down, whatever's most comfortable for you. Simply put my tool in. I like to do it slowly because you don't want to be missing that hole and scratching up the case back, or the case on your watch. Again, got my pin. Go ahead and put it through. These replacement straps do come with their own pins. I like to use the original pins from Garmin. I do find the pins to be a little bit sturdier. This pin's having a little bit of trouble getting through here. Huh, look at that. Oh. I was just bragging about this pin, and you can about this replacement strap for $3.50, and it looks like the center was not cut out completely, so there's a little piece of plastic that was in there. Now we've got it. Hey, you get what you pay for, right? Again, we're going to do the same thing. Put our strap down. Turn it over. This process definitely works better if you've got fingernails, which I really don't. And there we go. Even with the key locked, I still managed to press some keys. Now, I've successfully changed the look of my Garmin Instinct 2X watch. In a matter of a couple minutes, it cost me $3.50. For those of you that are interested, I'll show you. If you look at the original Garmin strap versus this one off of AliExpress, even the triangle is the exact same on it. There is no difference at all between the straps. I don't usually promote AliExpress or buying from sites that are over in China, but it's pretty hard to argue with the quality. Let me show you the other thing. I will say this, the buckle is a little bit different. The one from AliExpress has a shinier buckle. The Garmin is a little bit more of a dulled finish. But everything else is exactly the same. Pretty easy stuff. I hope that helps. That's how you change out the strap on your Garmin Instinct 2X Solar Watch.